Starting with version 5.3.x, CompletePBX includes native support for virtual agents. In addition to built-in agent types such as informative and receptionist, CompletePBX allows you to create custom virtual agents, fully configurable agents with custom prompts, tools, and hooks that can interact with external systems. In this video, we will configure a custom virtual agent that greet the caller and ask for their name, sends call details and a summary to a CRM via HTTP at the end of the call, sends an email notification if an urgent escalation is requested during the conversation. To begin, navigate to PBX Virtual Agents. Once there, click on Virtual Agents. Inside the Virtual Agents module, select the agent type Custom. In the General tab, we will configure the main settings for the virtual agent. First, enter the code. For this example, we will use the code 7001. This code represents the number that extensions can dial to reach this virtual agent. Next, assign an agent name. For this example, we will name the agent Dana. Enter the company name. In this example, the company name is Xorcom. Within the General tab, you can also configure additional options such as enabling recording and transcriptions, selecting the language, selecting the voice gender. Next, configure the exit destination. The exit destination is where the call will be routed if the caller asks to speak with a human agent, or if the virtual agent determines the topic requires human expertise. For this example, we will set the exit destination to a technical support queue that is already configured in the PBX. The failure destination is used as a fallback in case the virtual agent service is unavailable or cannot process the call. For this example, we will configure the failure destination to route the call to a voicemail, ensuring the call is not lost. Now, navigate to the Prompt tab. This is where you define the agent's behavior and instructions. At the top of the Prompt tab, you will see an expandable information section titled How to Write Custom Prompts. Clicking on it reveals detailed guidance on how to structure your prompt. Custom agents come with several built-in function calls that you can reference in your prompt to control call flow. Additionally, any custom scripts you configure in the Tools tab will also be available as function calls. There is also an option to enable system scripts. These are predefined scripts built into the custom agent itself, and once enabled, they can be used just like any other function call within your prompt. Placeholders are dynamic values that the system automatically replaces with actual configuration data when the prompt is sent to the AI. For example, if you write your name, agent_name in the prompt, and the agent name is set to Dana, the custom agent will receive your name, Dana. The Prompt tab includes a default prompt template with a basic structure that you can customize. The default template contains sections for identity and role, using placeholders to define the agent's name, gender, company, and role. Tools. Instructions on when and how to use available function calls. Your general behavior guidelines. Directives for language, professional tone, and honesty regarding knowledge limits. Conversation rules. Guidelines for how the agent should conduct the conversation. For our use case, we will customize the prompt to include instructions for the tools and behaviors we need. We will come back to edit the prompt after configuring our tools and hooks. Next, navigate to the Knowledge Base tab. For custom agents, the knowledge base is optional. You can upload documents in docx, PDF, TXT, or MD format that the agent can use as reference material when answering callers' questions. Next, navigate to the Tools tab. This is where you configure scripts that the custom agent can call during a conversation, based on instructions in the prompt. Before we continue, it is important to understand the difference between tools and hooks. Hooks are scripts that execute automatically when specific call events happen, such as when a call starts, ends, or is redirected. Unlike tools, hooks do not need to be referenced in the prompt. They are triggered by the system based on the configured events. Tools are scripts that you upload and then reference in the prompt, telling the custom agent when and how to use them. Click plus Add Scripts to upload a new tool script. For this example, we will use the script save_customer_name.php as a reference to demonstrate the process. Upload the file. This script takes a customer name as input and saves it to a state.json file in the session directory. Later, the end call hook will read this file to include the customer name in the data sent to the CRM. Once uploaded, the script appears in the Uploaded Scripts list. Script file, save_customer_name.php. Description, save customer name. Click the Edit icon to configure the script's parameters. Add a parameter. Name, customer_name. Type, string. Description, customer name. This tells the custom agent that when calling this script, it should pass the caller's name as the customer_name parameter. On the right side of the Tools tab, you will see the System Scripts section. These are built-in scripts provided by CompletePBX. The available system scripts include Get Current Time, Send Email, sends an email with customizable recipient, subject, and message body. For our use case, enable the Send Email system script by toggling it to Yes. We will use this in the prompt to send an email notification when a caller requests an urgent escalation. Now, navigate to the Hooks tab. This is where we configure scripts that run automatically when specific call events occur. Every hook automatically receives a JSON object as a string argument with the details about the call. In our case, the script handles the following inputs. Trigger event, for example, call_end, call_redirect. Caller, ID, agent name, call summary, among others. For our use case, we want to send call details to a CRM whenever a call ends. Click plus, Add Hook Script button, and configure the hook as follows. Upload the script file, end-call.php. Set the name to call ending. This script does the following. Receives the call data from the hook, caller ID, duration, summary, recording path, transcription path. Reads the customer name from a session state file, created by our tool script, sends all of this data as an HTTP post request to the CRM endpoint. Set the trigger events to call end, triggered when the caller hangs up during the conversation with the custom agent. Call redirect, triggered when the custom agent redirects the caller to another destination, such as the exit destination or another extension. By selecting both triggers, the hook will execute whenever the custom agent finishes its conversation with the caller, regardless of whether the caller hung up or was redirected. Click Save to keep your changes. Because hooks run automatically based on their trigger events, no changes are needed in the prompt for this hook to function. Now that our tools and hooks are configured, navigate back to the Prompt tab to update the prompt with instructions for our use case. In the Tools section of the prompt, add the following instruction at the end of the existing tool definitions. Call the save_customer_name function when the customer says his name. This tells the custom agent to execute our custom script whenever it learns the caller's name. In the Conversation Rules section, update the conversation start instruction. Instead of a generic greeting, set it to ask the caller what their name is and call the save_customer_name function with the name that the caller says. This ensures that the agent introduces itself and immediately asks for the caller's name, then saves it using our tool script. Still in the prompt, add a new rule for an urgent escalation scenario. If the caller requests an urgent escalation or indicates they have a critical issue, call the send_email function and send an email to support@xorcom.com with subject urgent escalation requested and with message body, the caller, customer name, CID_num, has requested immediate assistance for a priority matter. Let's break down the message body. Customer name. This is a dynamic variable that retrieves the value previously saved by the Save Customer Name tool script. CID name. This is a system placeholder that will be replaced with the caller's phone number or caller ID name from the PBX. By combining both, the email will contain the caller's self-reported name and their caller ID information. Click Update to keep the prompt changes. After saving changes to the prompt, CompletePBX provides a version comparison feature. Click the Compare button to view the differences between the current prompt and the previous version. This allows you to see exactly what was added or changed. You can also name versions for easier reference. For example, you can label the original version as default and the current version as the working version. If needed, you can restore any previously saved version of the prompt at any time. This is especially helpful when experimenting with prompt changes, allowing you to easily revert if something does not work as expected. Finally, let us review what we have configured. General tab. We created a custom virtual agent named Dana with code 7001, recording enabled, and appropriate exit and failure destinations. Tools tab. We uploaded a save_customer_name script that saves the caller's name to a session state file. Enabled the send email system script for sending email notifications. Hooks tab. We added an end_call hook that automatically sends call details, caller ID, duration, summary, recording, transcription, and customer name to a CRM via HTTP post whenever a call ends or is redirected. Prompt tab. We customize the prompt to ask the caller for their name at the start of the conversation. Save the name using the save_customer_name tool. Send an email notification to support if an urgent escalation is requested. With this configuration, the custom virtual agent is ready to handle calls, collect caller information, integrate with an external CRM, and alert support staff when immediate human assistance is needed. Once all settings are configured, click Update. Click Apply Changes to apply the configuration to the system. Finally, click on the list icon to view all configured virtual agents. Here, you can see the newly created custom virtual agent listed and ready for use. With this configuration complete, the custom virtual agent is now available to interact with callers, collect their information, send data to your CRM, and notify your team about important call events, all within CompletePBX. Thank you for watching.